you're ready, put your hands up, or just put your pen. And the next step is the discussion. So please, could you remind me the first question?
Do you have any routines to help with classroom management?
Any good ideas? If you have good ideas on that point, please put your hand up. Routines. Welcome.
One of the way is warming up and using some phonetic drill videos or any rhymes at this stage during the lesson.
You mean in the beginning?
In the beginning, yes.
Yeah, so the beginning can be a routine.
Yes.
That's right. Okay.
At one point to wish good luck or something like that to each other.
When do you mean you
At the
can do this?
beginning of the
In the
lesson.
beginning again,
Yes.
wishing good luck
Yes.
with the lesson.
No, how are you? Are you okay? You look nice today.
Mhm.
So on and so forth.
Kind of paying compliments before having a lesson.
Yes.
Yeah.
At one point, start lesson from the smile each other and ask everyone, no?
Ask everyone.
To smile and ask who is the best. I am the best.
When?
Who?
Who are the best? We are. Who are the smartest? We are.
So do you regularly start your lessons with this?
Actually, last week, always.
Was it fun?
Yes, it was very fun.
And why do you think they like it?
Because it was about them.
So the rhyme is about them.
It's positive, encouraging.
It's positive and encouraging again. Nice word.
Motivating.
Motivating. Thank you.
At the beginning of the lesson, when the teacher says compliments to her children, and the children say compliments to the teacher.
To the teacher.
And very often, in the end of the lesson, they can say, "Teacher, thank you very much for the lesson."
Paying compliments is a great technique, helping us to build again a
Positive
rapport
atmosphere.
and positive atmosphere. Thank you. Any other ideas? What was the next question?
Your relationship with
How to build.
How to build.
That's it. Your ideas. Best ideas.
For example, maybe to explain children the importance of learning English nowadays, that it's a lot of information you can see everywhere, and you cannot live without English. Even in the shop, for example, some information you can see. Even on bus station, you can see. Even on the railway station, you see on board when the train arrives.
Do you think in that way you build relationships with your students? Like, I mean personal relationships.
It's a motivation.
It's rather motivational, but maybe you can think about any other like tricks or things connected with psychology.
You must get the first knowledge in the subject, because after school you must continue your study and you must know English, and it will be very easy for you when you will meet another English teacher.
Okay, try to think about any activities that might help you build positive relationships with the children. So what might you do?
Smile.
Smile. Thank you. Again, when you
Look in the eyes.
build eye-to-eye contact.
We have to say them always, I believe in you, I love you all, you will succeed, you will achieve.
In one word, we
The best. We are the best.
we cheer, we praise. That's it.
And we must know each other their names.
Thank you for that. Knowing names, again, building good relationships with children.
Sometimes even joking is good.
Uh-huh.
In
Some
good
fun,
manner.
some fun in the lesson. That's great.
And the students, the learners like when the teacher tells them the story which is connected with her experience. For
Mhm.
example, school life, the situation from the school life. It's a
Mhm.
very good idea, I think.
Yeah, when you are personal and when you share some, maybe not
Personal
much, but
experience.
some personal information, it makes you closer. That's right. And vice versa, when children again
Tell something.
about themselves,
But
but
you are curious, like you are interested in what they say.
If
To
you
show
ask,
your interest to them.
if you ask, so you show your interest. What kind of questions you can ask your students, like talking about their private, personal life?
We must be delicate,
Uh-huh.
yes, accurate,
With that, but what kind of questions are neutral? Like,
Do you like, example, do you
About
like to visit your granny or something?
About
that's
different
neutral.
interests, maybe question.
Their interests. Thank you.
But don't about their parents sometimes.
Mhm.
Don't give this question because
How they feel, for example. How
They
they
spend
feel,
their
how
weekends.
they feel at the lesson, how they feel today in general, and so on.
Who knows about the families? Do they have mothers and fathers?
sometimes
Is it
not
appropriate?
correct
Not
questions.
to ask, but to know.
You have.
Teacher has to know about this.
I agree.
And know
So you
about-
have to know some information about their personal profiles. If there is a problem in the family, you have to be aware of that. Okay, thank you. That's great. What was the third question? Disruptive students. Any ideas?
I prefer to, after the lesson, to have small talks about why he behaved, so what was the reason, what caused this behavior, and like to ask kindly to behave better next time.
To maybe explain, yeah?
Yes, to clear up why it has happened.
Maybe he had some problems.
Maybe he has a reason.
Sometimes students behave in such way to attract our attention.
And what would be your reaction if you
Sometimes-
feel that is attracting
Sometimes
attention?
we must not to pay attention to this, and that makes them calm down.
Ignore. Just ignore and everything's okay. But if it doesn't work, if ignoring doesn't work,
We should
To give some extra task, I don't know, rewriting, for example, or something.
punish in on the lesson. At the lesson.
what
Some lines, writing lines,
Yes,
and
some lines.
like punishment like that.
Do you think punishment is the correct word here?
No, and not punishment in cruel way, but
could you use
Or maybe vice versa, even to ask him to do something. To choose some easy task, he succeeded in it. He felt like
winner.
he is a winner. Maybe he will feel he is a part.
a question? How could you use the peers of this student to, as you say, punish him? The peers. The peers, other students. How could you use other students to punish a disruptive one?
You have to finish the lesson later, 2 minutes, for example. If you
If you're friends.
Okay, so are we allowed to finish the lesson
We
later?
are allowed to have some
No.
extra lesson. Extra lesson we are allowed.
Extra lesson?
For free, of course.
Maybe some other ideas, think, what could we do? Like, talking about some extras. What extra we can give them to
extra home task.
as extra home task, or again extras where?
activity on
Extra activities, yeah. Or you can give a choice, for example, boring activity or interesting activity. I'm sorry, we should have played a game, but thanks to Seryoja, we are to write something. Okay, thank you. What was? Do you have any other ideas, by the way?
For example, from my life, a teacher's life, sometimes children in primary school didn't get good knowledge in English, and when they go into secondary school, and they can ask, I would like to learn English, but I don't have a sack of knowledge from primary school, and it's very difficult for me at the lesson. For example, when they don't know any word and they don't know how to ask because another students know English very positive on high level and you know on low level and such
That's
situation.
a challenge for whom? Different for a teacher. So how would you deal with this situation in your classroom? So for example, you have students who are
different tasks.
you have to prepare before.
And very often children with high knowledge, they say to children with low knowledge, they don't afraid, you can ask your teacher, it's nice when you start, when you have a desire to learn English.
That's it. That was actually the issue of our last question. What was the last question, by the way? Motivation. So motivation is very important. And do you have any good ideas you've heard?
For example, if we had a good lesson, we did a lot of tasks because they behaved well and they worked well, so we could give them less home tasks, for example, as a motivation. Less home task. Sometimes we can praise them with stickers, with some good words, some marks, 1 point more, for example, motivational point.
Great idea. Any other? Any other? What did you note? Did you manage to come to the last question while writing?
Motivation depends on the form. Is it the primary school or is it the secondary school? In the primary school, the motivation is more materialistic. Maybe something like stickers. And in the secondary school, the motivation. Yes.
What kind of motivation is it? Do you remember two types of motivation?
Extrinsic
and intrinsic. So marks. Is it extrinsic or extrinsic? So you put the marks to the student.
Intrinsic is their own desire and wish to learn.
Do you think it is possible to have their own desire to learn?
Yes. If they
we have to show them, for example, some videos about what they can do with when they know English. For example, traveling, to show them some videos about how people travel all over the world, to get them to know some educational programs of exchange that if they study well, they can go to some country for free, for example, because it's some state program.
So I have got one boy, and he always says that my grandpa said to me that if I know English well, in the future I'll do something. Yes. And it is a good motivation for all classes.
For everybody.
As a primary school, the good motivation is that you can play games through the internet or in the internet or taking the telephone of their parents. And they like, for example, my students like that I give them tasks, find at home where they can use English, and then talk that I find at my clothes, at mother's clothes and the other. And then sometimes all lesson we may talk about their things at home.
Or, for example, we can ask them what they want to be in future. For example, what professions they want to choose, and we can connect English to any profession. We can create them and motivate them. So, if you want to be a pilot, you should know English, for example, for this. If you want to be, for example, a seller, you will use English. For example, if the strangers will come to buy something, for example, and so on, like to connect profession to English.
Do you think that you have to talk about that during every lesson?
No.
No. In the beginning of the year, for example.
Maybe sometimes.
Sometimes.
When exactly? When?
During the learning the topic profession.
Profession.
Yes,
The-
and when we see that people are not motivated.
When you see something has gone wrong. That's right. Thank you. Okay, and